when we were in the car, and I said,
okay, we're here with Rise of the Planet of the Apes. I had to move the car because where we normally park, there was a lot of crickets, and it was really distracting. Now I just got Jared sitting over there distracting me. But Rise of the Planet of the Apes, I went into it, not that I really thought it was necessarily going to be bad, but I didn't really think I'd like it too much just because of my whole thing with CG and everything. And the movie, there's maybe a couple points in the movie where it looks okay, and really that's just the orangutan. Like that honestly looked pretty real.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was. Maybe it wasn't CG, but
that chewed up monkey looks pretty realistic. Like his face is all.
So, you know, I can bitch about that, the motion capture thing. I sort of understand why they wanted to go that route in some aspects, in that it's not like the other Ape movies. They're not
realistic in the original.
Yeah.
There's an Ape mask compared to that.
But, well, you see, with that, I like that because at least that doesn't look like a cartoon. That looks like something that's actually there on. I know Andy Serkis is there. I know he's actually there doing the ape movements and everything, but it is computerized around him. And there's hardly ever a point in this movie where I actually thought I was looking at an actual ape.
I think the main problem with that was Caesar's face.
Yeah,
like
it was.
The monkey face they picked was less a monkey face and more like the missing link in that progression of H and you know,
but
like it was too flat and too human looking, and I guess that's probably what they were going for, but it kind of took me out of the movie.
It did take me out of the movie, and like I know that like, you know, Roddy McDowell and all of them didn't look like they were, but I mean they were ape hybrids with humans and everything, and well, at least they had developed the traits of human beings. But at least in that, like I said, there was never a doubt there was actually someone there on screen. I mean, even like the Tim Burton movie had great makeup effects. A piece of shit movie, but it had great makeup effects. And in this one, it annoyed me a lot that, especially coming off of Cowboys and Aliens, which used a lot of animatronics and a lot of practical effects, and this movie can't get actual monkeys in a zoo.
Yeah.
The part, like, when they've got Caesar going around in the stroller, and they pass by the ape section, and it's all CG apes. They're just there. You couldn't find. Are you fucking kidding me? You couldn't find.
I think it's one of those situations where you have to either go all real apes or all CG apes, because you can't, you know, have the fakey ones and then show you real ones to remind you what you're missing.
That wouldn't have really bothered me. Even a lot of times, like I said, I get why a lot of it, because they couldn't have done a lot of the stuff that they did. They couldn't have done a lot of the action set pieces in this movie without that. Granted, they could have gone a more simplistic route with the same story. Like, I liked Conquest of the Planet of the Apes better. Anyway, but not only that, I do think that they're just fucking lazy. There's a part in this movie where a car makes a right turn, and the car was CG.
I missed that part.
I know. Okay.
You remember? Okay.
I thought it was pretty good the way they got the CG monkeys to interact with stuff. I mean, it never felt like they were like hovering above their surroundings, or sometimes you get with the CG, like when that monkey's booking up that redwood tree, you know, you can actually like see his fingers digging in, and, you know, he's making contact.
Yeah, I mean, it isn't created out of nowhere. It is Andy Serkis there doing motion capture. But even with that said, I still they were still characters. I still felt for them as characters.
Oh yeah, I was invested in what was happening with monkeys, and that goes a long way for me.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I can bitch about CG, but I'll never dislike something just because of that. Yeah, this movie, it's got a good story. I was invested in what's going on.
Yeah.
I was rooting for this. I was rooting for the apes.
I don't know if it was supposed to be or not, but yeah.
I kind of wondered that too, if you're supposed to be or not.
And I think that you must be, because that's the only explanation for why they kind of downplay the whole everyone's going to get sick and die thing.
Yeah, that was...
It was like, it's a happy ending, man, through the forest. Oh, by the way, this is playing. It's pretty good.
That was so... how they spliced that in with the ending credits.
Yeah, they played the credits for like 5 seconds, and then, oh, here's 5 more minutes of movie.
Yeah.
It didn't make any sense.
Here's... by the way, yeah, the extinction of man. We'll just throw that in with the ending credits. That's not fucking important. This shit movie.
Man represents the plague that's going to wipe out mankind.
It's a flawed movie, but I was invested in what was going on. I was entertained, and even though there was not a part in this movie where I actually thought I was looking at a fucking ape, I was still invested in them as characters. I still, when they were upset, it was effective, you know. There were some touching moments in the movie.
There's a definite progression of the character.
Yeah.
Caesar, you know, like it wasn't just like he's a monkey. He picks up a stick and all of a sudden he's like, leading an army. You know, you actually follow him and like kind of watch his thought process. It becomes disillusioned with, you know, the whole of mankind.
Well, he's kind of making the other apes in the movie smart as well. And one of the things is these apes already seem kind of smart. There's one who knows sign language, but he's like a circus orangutan, and so he's communicating sign language with Caesar. But the other apes seem really smart too. Like they got like Oz prison rules going on and shit like that.
They are apes, you know. Apes are, you know.
I know they're not. I know that. But they don't seem that much dumber than Caesar. And Caesar doesn't seem dumb.
Yeah.
Like he makes them smart at the end. But really, they only seem this much smarter than they already were.
I think it's because they phased straight from, you know, mindless monkeys to mob mentality. It's pretty much, you know, okay, you guys are smart, let's go swarm the city.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't really have a chance to show off their skills. But I mean, you know, they're doing some. I really liked the battle scene there on the bridge.
I did too. Yeah.
It was very military, you know.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't just, you know, storm the place and take over brute force. They're like flanking them and like
smart and women and children go underneath where they're not going to get shot at.
I think that if that was realized, that situation would have been resolved a hell of a lot quicker than it was. Yeah, let's send the horseback cops in there with sticks. Yeah, they'll take care of everything.
Yeah.
The fuck.
See, that was a kind of subtle reference to the original movie that I liked. You know, like the chasing down the monkeys with the sticks.
Okay, I guess that is. I didn't put that together.
But I didn't much care for it.
Oh God. Oh my fucking.
Get your hands off me, you damn dirty ape.
Oh my.
No.
Oh my fucking. First of all,
there was like an audible.
That didn't like that. I was so really kind of invested in that action. So to go back to the bridge thing, with that I didn't really even put that together. If they were trying to make a reference with them hitting a. I guess they were. I guess it makes sense. It makes sense. But they do other references like the Icarus. Lost in space on the papers. Like, first of all, this is kind of going against the continuity of Conquest of the Planet of the Apes, but whatever. Okay, so first of all, spoiler alert, it's Malfoy's fault.
That kid is a character.
Fuck that kid.
No, okay, fuck that kid's characters, but he did a good job in this.
No, I didn't find the whole time.
Smarmy brat really well.
He's no Billy Zabka. He's no Billy Zabka, and that's the thing, because he's a Billy Zabka type actor. But Billy Zabka is really intimidating.
Well, he's not supposed to be intimidating. He's supposed to be just, you know.
I know he's supposed to be more of a brat than Billy Zabka, but when you look kind of like Billy Zabka and you play similar roles, Zabka just doesn't